Hey guys, welcome in. Today is like the good old days, like, a few months ago, where I used to try to do a live stream and then another one during the day in a similar time because I know people around the world are not necessarily awake at midnight USA time. So today we have a very, very fun one. On the docket is the Beethoven sonatas, the big one. And it's perfect because there are 32 Beethoven sonatas, and the best way to do a bracket, the best way to do seating is to do 32, 16, 32, 8, something like that. So this is literally perfect. We're going to go through, just like we did the other night with composers. What will happen is if you lose, the piece will drop down to the loser's bracket. So it won't be out for good. So these pieces are actually seated in just the order in the book. We have the first one against the last one. Then you have middle two. You can see they're always going to be, 1 against 32. You're going to have 2 against 31. But if there's a really bad matchup somewhere along the line, do not fret because they will drop down here to the bottom. If you are here, let me know. Say hi in chat. Remember, as we go along, hit the hearts, hit the like button, do all that stuff to let YouTube know that you are here and you're loving it, so it shows as many people as possible. And no, we will not be doing the Scriabin sonatas, even though your name is Scriabin. So I can see maybe you want to get that done. So what I'm going to do is just have a head-to-head poll as usual. I have my my source material. If we need any examples played, we don't know what we're talking about, you guys want to hear something, right here we got our big Beethoven books, and you guys are here. Let me know in the chat, say howdy, and we are going to get started with our first matchup, which, our first matchup shouldn't really be that close, but with a small audience at the beginning of the stream, there's always a danger of something wild happening at the very beginning. So I started us off with the poll: who's better, Beethoven or Chopin? It's completely tied right now, so we'll just end that one. I always like to do a test one to make sure it lays out well on my screen. So let's go to the bracket. Hello, Robert, welcome in. Hello, HCR2 Scriabin. We are going to start our first poll, and this is simply, I have to get my screens all laid out the right way. Sonata 1 versus Sonata 32, or if you want to think of them, Sonata Opus 2 number 1 and Sonata Opus 111. I'm more of an Opus number guy. You might know that if you've been around for a while, but I know a lot of people know the sonatas based on their numbers. So Sonata number 1, by the way, is one that starts like... has the middle movement that goes. And the last sonata obviously is the... and the main theme is... And so let's get the first matchup going. I'm sure as we go along, more and more people will join the stream as always. So go ahead and hit start. And if you're out there, remember hitting heart and like and all that stuff makes the video get shown to more people, and we will pick up as we go along here. So let's get started. I'm guessing the first one will not be a wildly debatable, controversial one, though. You know what? Wild things can happen when there's only a few people on at the beginning of the stream. I need to play Beethoven for a few moments first before we get started, to get everyone, a chance to join. So with 5 votes, number 1 is winning. That would be a huge upset. People will join later on the stream and be like, what happened? How did number 1 beat number 32? Number 32, by the way, the last sonata, is the one that also ends with that gorgeous C major. So, all right, we are tied. If you are in the chat, say howdy, all that good stuff. How's everyone doing? Is it too early on a Saturday to stream? Is no one awake yet? All right. Some balance is being restored to the world. Sonata 32 should win this. I've said before on the channel that I love the first sonata, but it should not beat the final sonata. That would be a pretty atrocious way to start out our stream. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Hello, Galactic. Were you on the other night too? Are you up at all hours of the day like me? Welcome in. We are just getting started. We are ranking the 32 Beethoven sonatas. We have, of course, May to get to. The first few matchups, obviously not many people are on yet, but we will get through these first ones. people will join, and it will be a big party. Maybe I need like an incentive like before where I eat a pepper or something crazy to get people excited about what we're doing. So well, the span right now is just 1, and no one's really like getting mad and yelling about which one they want to win yet. So maybe we will just take it. Maybe we will just take the 1. Oh, really? Were you like, I mean, I did something similar to this 18 months ago or maybe 20 months ago. Was that the last time you were on? That would be crazy. A crazy coincidence. So I don't want to redo ideas too often, but I'm like, well, it's been 18 months. Most of the audience has probably changed over. So, all right, we can safely call for the first one. Again, we always takes a few matchups to get going before we really kind of get off the ground here. So the first one, oops, I have to click start tournament. First matchup obviously goes to the Final Sonata, which some people call Fate Sonata. I don't love that name, but that's what it is. Oh, hello, Vienna. What is up? No, you're not late. We just started. I was just telling people that, not to worry about these first few matchups here because it'll take a while to get started. So up next, we have 17, Tempest. I don't know why I didn't say Tempest on this one, versus 16. I literally was going to write Tempest. I just forgot. So yeah, just remember, like the video, do all that good stuff to get people to join. And we have 17 D minor, which is Tempest, versus 16. So in case you don't know, I'll hit start on this before I do this. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You probably did watch the replay and see Rachmaninoff got crushed later on as well. But he really started having to struggle to Chopin. So number 16, G major, is one that starts a lot of G majors. It's the one that starts with, and then some scale. Something like that. The one where Beethoven forgets how to count. And then Tempest is that D minor one. So I had to actually flip to play. I don't know. Wow, my book opened the Tempest. That's got to be worth some extra points. I don't have like any of it memorized. But as Galactic just mentioned, the middle movement is amazing of it. It's the one that goes. We'll just leave you all hanging on that chord. So yeah, the sonatines are on there too, but I couldn't really help the sonatines being on there because we needed 32. So all right, Tempest has all the votes in this one, which makes a lot of sense because some people love this G major, but it's I think it's fine. It's not the best. So Tempest clearly wins. It should win. Tempest isn't my number 1 sonata, but it's up there. Okay, on the 2 lesser known ones. So I feel like I have to preface this just a little bit because I feel like not everyone knows this one. So we have 9 in E major. I'm hitting buttons on my computer, versus 24 in F sharp, which, oh my goodness, I'm messing everything up. That one should say ah Therese. What happened? You know what I think I did? I retyped this with all the names of them. I think I put them in parentheses, and this app must have it must have discarded all the parentheses. Because I put all the names in, like Pathetique and Waldstein, but I put them in parentheses. So I think it must have deleted all my parentheses because I know I put in F sharp major because I looked up how to spell to make sure it was all E's. And I know I put in like Waldstein. So yeah, that's weird. So maybe this program, since I put them in parentheses, has something where it discards parentheses. That is super weird. So E major, number 9 is this one. I would say pretty underrated sonata. It is really, really good. And then Au Trace number 24 F sharp is the then the main theme is like really, really great one. So those are both, I would say, slightly less known. So Opus 109 must win. We'll see. I mean, that wasn't on my top list of ones I thought would win, but it could. So again, E major, the top one there, and then Au Trace. It's been a while. So Au Trace also has an awesome middle movement that is really, really, really wild. I can't even fake the middle movement. I don't think it's been. I played this one literally many years ago, and I have never revived it. So unlike something like Waldstein, where it's more fakeable, because I've revived it a couple times, I've never revived Au Trace. So the middle movement is the something like not that. So it's great. It looks like Au Trace has taken this one, so we can go ahead and end this poll. We got lots of matchups to get to, so as long as nothing is too controversial or crazy here at the beginning, we are free to just kind of run on to the next one. So again, I'm sorry all the names got deleted. I definitely typed in many of the names that have names, so we do not get names. Up next, we have number 25 in G major versus number 8 in C minor. You know, the little known one in C minor that probably none of you are aware of. So number 25, G major, and then obviously Pathétique. So number 25 in G major is the one that starts with, I'm having a brain fart. That's the, I could look it up, actually play more of it for you, but I think you probably recognize it based on that. If not, if I play a little more, it's one that goes. And then Pathétique is obviously. And Pathétique has the famous. So, this one shouldn't be close. This one should be 100%. If any of you love Cuckoo more than Pathétique, you might be cuckoo. That's all I'm going to say. You love the Cuckoo Sonata more than you love Pathétique, you might have problems. The second movement is one of the greatest melodies ever. I mean, there's probably like 5 other slow movements I like more, Beethoven at least, but it is great. And the last movement's good. The last movement I think often gets forgotten because it's just like, yeah, Cuckoo annoys you. The name annoys me. Cuckoo, cuckoo. All right. It looks like Pathétique has this one just fine. We will have closer matchups as this thing goes along. And for some reason, you joined late and you absolutely love the little Cuckoo Sonata. It actually went down to the losers brackets. We will get into that more in a second here, but we will try to keep these moving, especially the obvious matchups. So up next, we have another fairly obvious one, another C minor one, but does not have a name, versus Opus 101 A major. So the C minor, number 5 C minor, is Opus 10 number 1, and that's one that goes. That one, the middle movement of that one is really good and often forgotten. I just want to show you the middle movement of that one. Not that I think it's going to beat Opus 101. I'll click start on the poll while I do this, but I feel like a lot of people just need to be aware of this middle movement. I tried to play this once from memory on the stream and I butchered it, so I'm going to actually look at it. So just to show you This is also a great sonata. I'm not saying it should be 101, but this one goes. It's great. It's great. However, 101 is maybe my favorite one ever. Ooh, this is actually closer than I thought it would be. Number 5 actually has some votes. Number 5 has a great last movement. I'm talking more about number 5 right now, by the way, because I know Opus 101 will have some great matchups later where it's really close. We'll have to talk about it as well. But number 5 also has a good last movement. But yeah, it's not as good as 101 in my opinion. So yeah, this one's not horribly close. We can probably end it now. But you believe Beethoven's better than Mozart? Well, I think you're going to find a good home here. I love Mozart, but I think Beethoven's better than Mozart too. Better is a tough word. Better at being a composer. I don't know. I enjoy his music more is the best way for me to put it. So, all right. Up next, we have should be. Please censor Mozart. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't know where this is going. So, all right. Number 21 is Waldstein. I will say 1,000 times, I'm sorry that my names got deleted when I start this list. We have Waldstein versus number 12 in A flat. Now, number 12 in A flat is another one where you probably recognize it, even if you don't know you recognize it. I just want to play it decently for you. What I do sometimes is the ones that I know won't win, I play very poorly. Then people are like, you played that really bad. That's why no one liked it. But obviously, Waldstein should get 100% on this vote. Are we all clear? You guys better vote 100% for Waldstein. But just to show you, the other one is good too. It's great, but obviously, Waldstein better get 100%. If it doesn't get 100%, I'm going to play Waldstein and then redo the vote. I'll play the whole thing. Guys, who voted for A flat? Come on. A tie? Well, okay. One person voted for it, so I know Waldstein. It needs a name. I don't know who voted for A flat. I'm guessing William did. William, you got actually 4 people did. That's crazy. Waldstein? You guys know what Waldstein sounds like? Do you know it's like the greatest piece ever or top 5 piece ever? Again, we'll play it later because I'm sure I'll have a hard matchup later. We'll give it to it right now. I don't want to spend like forever on things like Waldstein because I know we're going to have close matchups later. So it's driving me crazy that all my names got deleted. Okay. Up next here, 13 in E flat, the first of the fantasy sonatas, the original Moonlight, the movement before Moonlight, which would not win the first round. I'm almost guaranteed, but it's going against the Sonatina. So this E flat is the whatever inversion those are in. I do not know, but I can tell you because I actually have a book right in front of me. The inversion for that is starts on B flat. It's great, but it probably wouldn't win against most things like a Passionata 101, 109, 110, 111, but it is going against the G major sonatina, which is which, you don't get me wrong, I don't hate that piece. It's just probably the worst of the sonatas. It's not terrible though. I loved it. I played it when I was I don't remember how old I was. I played it when I was learning piano. This is the best piece ever. It's Beethoven. It's Beethoven and Not for Elise. That was great. When I was like, I remember when I learned this piece, I was like, wow, this is like Not for Elise. It's great. I'm surprised it's so close. And G majors for 5-year-olds. I was much older than 5 when I played it, but I did not begin piano at age 5, like many people. Alrighty. Obvious win. We're going to have plenty of matchups to get to. Let's give it to E flat and move on to the next one. So now we have, it's not going to be a competition, unfortunately, because of how great Hammer Clavier is, but it is an interesting one. We have Hammer Clavier, number 29, versus the Grand Sonata, which I promise I put in here, but this thing hates me and took out all my names. But the Grand Sonata is the E flat one that's like, that one, and then obviously Hammer Clavier is Hammer Clavier. Should I try to fake Hammer Clavier? Yeah, this one probably is going to be 100% Hammer Clavier. Hammer Clavier has everything going for it. It's a great piece, and it has a great name. Like, it's a way better name than Waldstein. I like Waldstein more. But, I mean, Waldstein, we're like, well, what's a Waldstein? You know, a rock in the woods? But Hammer Clavier just sounds awesome. So, it really has everything going for it it possibly could. Yeah, you could just scream the word Hammer Clavier. Yeah, Hammer Clavier. And it has that slow movement, which I've found that some people hate. Waldstein is not mid. What's with this Waldstein hate? Who invited you to crash my party? Just kidding. Just kidding. Can't crash my Waldstein love party. I don't think Waldstein will win, but I think it will do well. Waldstein is awesome. Do I need to play it for you so you vote for it? Oh, sorry for saying the word rock. Yeah, Waldstein's one of the best. Hello, Immortality. Haven't seen you for a while. I think you've been here before, right? It's not for a while, I think. Hammer Clavier obviously won with all the votes. We will give it to Hammer Clavier, which is nameless. Okay, up next. Number 3 in C major. The one, if you are a piano player yourself, you hate how it starts because one starts with the double thirds. And then it actually does get pretty cool with all those textures of like, it's pretty awesome. Versus 109. Versus 109. So, I mean, Opus 10 number 3 is great, right? It's great. But versus Opus 109. Oh man, I gotta be consistent. Am I going to use Opus numbers or numbers? I gotta be consistent. E major, Opus 109, or just E major. E major, 109. Great piece. For a short, I learned the first 8 measures one time. Don't remember the first 8 measures, obviously. I could play the slow movement, the beginning of the slow theme and variation, but I'm sure I'll play that again later. C major doesn't have much going for it versus E major, to be honest with you. Number 3 in C major just doesn't have like, it's not like one of the early sonatas that has a great middle movement or anything that everyone loves. It just doesn't have a lot going for it. Okay, let me unbutcher that real quick. There we go. Much less horrible. Obviously, 109 wins this matchup. Very, 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 very obviously. Okay, we have another interesting one where it shouldn't even be close. These won't be close for a little bit. We have the other sonatina. We have the G minor sonatina, but it is versus Moonlight. Moonshine. How many years have I been learning the piano? I that's a great question. Over 20, I guess. Over 20, yeah. I had to think. I only count years in full moons or something like that. I don't even know. Moonlight is clearly going to beat the G minor. G minor is slightly better than G major in my opinion because at least it has a pretty melody. But Moonlight should absolutely crush it. While you're voting, take a second, hit the heart button or the smiles or the party, whatever you think YouTube will love the most, and then hit the like button and all that stuff. So more people join this, and by the end of this, we have like 7,000 people, on the live stream. So, yeah, it was 27, number 2. That should be what I should do because the thing deleted my my typing. I should just be like, quiz you guys on opus numbers the whole time and just say it was on purpose. Like it was all intentional to test your guys' opus number knowledge. That would be a really good lie. Wouldn't it be true? Wouldn't be the reason I did it, but it would be a great way to lie. Okay, this is a matchup of super not famous Beethoven sonatas. We have number 11 in B flat versus number 22, the Valley Between the Mountains. So number 22, F major, is often called the Valley Between the Mountains because it's stuck between two of the most epic, ginormous, loved Beethoven sonatas. This one, F major. This is F major, number 22, starts like this. I said in my video ranking how hard the Beethoven sonatas were. I said, I don't know my exact words. I can't quote myself from like 6 months ago, but something like this one's much more approachable than like Waldstein and Appassionata. And people's comments are like, well, clearly you've never played it if you think it's easier than those. I'm like, who are you? Everyone knows this is easier. Clearly you've never played Waldstein or Appassionata if you think they're comparable. I don't claim any Beethoven sonatas are easy. Beethoven sonatas are really hard. But yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I know number 11's called the Mini Hammer Clavier. I just have never loved it that much. So this one's close in my mind. I probably would vote for F major barely out of uniqueness, barely. But I honestly don't know either one that well. So F major's fine. It is sort of like, I think it's a little overlooked because it doesn't take that many more sonatas like A Trace, which is 24. And you start getting a lot more of the short Beethoven sonatas, like the 2 movement ones that are late. And F major doesn't really strike me as like an interesting late one. It's just sort of like, here's a 2 movement sonata. So it looks like F major is going to take it. We'll talk more about it when it comes up again, because it will come up again a little bit here. So, okay, this will be a fun matchup because I think these are 2, in my opinion, still lesser knowns, 27 in E minor. Lesser known, but I would say better sonatas, if I can say that. I know someone probably loves the other ones too, but these are the ones I really like. So F major is the... Yeah. And then E minor is... So lesser known, but I think great sonatas. So let's see what wins. I think E minor has a great first movement. I'm not as sure about the second movement. I'm still kind of like, the jury's out for me whether I think it's great or good. Oh, wow. F major got the first vote and the next 9 went to E minor. Well, that swung wildly. I would vote for E minor. I just think they're both pretty good. I think F major is pretty good too. Somewhat overlooked sonata that's still very legit. All right, looks like E minor is crushing it. So when we get into the more intense matchups here, we're gonna it's going to get crazier. So, all right, up next here we have the worst Beethoven sonata. That's not one of his sonatinas. Number 7 in D major. If you don't know the joke, I always have to pick on that sonata because I said it wasn't my favorite one time and everyone thinks I hate it. So I should do something on Scriabin. Oh, hello, Z-Man Can. Welcome in, welcome in. Versus number 26 in E flat major. So I always pick on D major. And everyone always says it's so good. I think I told this story before, but I've never liked D major. And I typically view pieces, I've played many of them. And so sometimes I judge them by, should I play this piece? And I try it, I play for a bit, and I'm like, oh, I don't love it, or I do like it. I might try this one, I might give this a shot. And I was like, went to a concert where a really well-known Beethoven specialist pianist played D major. And I was like, okay, this is going to finally show me how D major is supposed to sound. And it wasn't very good. It was actually pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So, and it's against Lebevohl. So it's going to have a tough time competing against Lebevohl anyway, I'm sure. That's a tough matchup for it. Lebevohl, les adieux. By the way, which is one that goes. Which I'm a holdout, and I call Lebevohl because Beethoven writes Lebevohl above the first 3 chords. So I'm a holdout. I'm going to call it that. But yeah, my D major number 7. Now I love that D major is coming up in a second here, but number 7 D major was like a huge disappointment. And at this concert, no offense to this guy, we all have off days or whatever. I remember just thinking like, that was really bad. It was awkward bad, right? I don't know if you've ever been to a concert where the professional was clearly struggling. And afterwards, some of his piano students were there and they were like, yeah, he has off nights sometimes where he's just bad. I was like, okay, well, good to know. So it was so bad though, because I was already kind of not loving this sonata. And then it got even worse. But it doesn't mean it's bad. There's probably more to it than I know. It just isn't one that's always stuck out to me. Well, Mr. Scriabin or Mrs. Scriabin, you should have been there last night because or 2 nights ago we did a big tier list and Scriabin got crushed. I think in the first round and got eliminated right away in the losers bracket too. So Scriabin had a rough go. All right, guys, this is actually kind of close. D major versus Lebevohl. It's only 1 vote different. And no, Rachmaninoff did great. Rachmaninoff was awesome. Who won? Chopin won. Chopin won 2 nights ago, which is crazy. Crazy. Chopin, I shouldn't say crazy. It's not crazy for piano players, but yeah, Chopin actually beat Beethoven in the end, which is pretty wild. So yeah, Scriabin got crushed. Crush. Okay. It's 2 vote spans. We will be giving this one to Les Adieux Lebevohl. And we only have 3 matchups left in the first round. We have the little known number 23 in F minor. Should I say again that my words all got deleted and complain about that again? Or should I just stop? The little known one in F minor is... Obviously, you probably all are somewhat familiar with that one. And then since I would butcher it completely without looking at it, let me butcher it while looking at it. It's going against number 10 in G major, which the ones in G major are pretty much all fun. They're just not my favorite. Let me go ahead and click go on this. This is the G major that goes... It's fine. Yeah, little known, very little known Appassionata. No one even, never popular. The G majors, I feel this way about the Cuckoo Sonata actually too. It's actually fun. I actually think it's enjoyable, and the quirky rhythmic one is fun too. With all the, they're all fun or funny, but they just aren't my favorites. So, yeah. Yeah, you should listen to all the Beethoven sonatas. They are great. They are great. Yeah, yeah. The one went kind of late. Yeah, cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. It's an old I Love Lucy black and white scene where she is hiding, I think stealing the cuckoo clock, and she's going cuckoo, trying to mask the sound of it. All I think of when I hear that sonata, like black and white TV going cuckoo, cuckoo, really awkwardly. It's great. All right, obviously the little known sonata, barely famous, not even that good. Just kidding. Appassionata takes it for the win. Now, this is a fairly interesting matchup because we have two named ones in the first round. We have Pastoral versus The Hunt. Pastoral versus The Hunt, which it said on there at one point, but now it's gone. All right. Pastoral is the one that starts. I would say it has 4 good movements. They're all good. The next movement is that one. Then there's the movement that goes. Then there's the movement that goes. Well, how's the last movement go? That one. I don't know how it goes at all, but it's amazing. So, oh, it's tied. It's tied. Wow. Pastoral's winning. By the way, Pastoral would be my vote. Easily. I don't love The Hunt. I made a video about The Hunt recently because people are like, you never gave it a shot. And so I gave it a shot. Does an hour while filming a video really count as giving it a shot? Probably not. Probably not a legit shot, but it was a fun video to make. I think it is a good sonata. But I love Pastoral. Pastoral is one of mine, easily top 10. Easily top 10. I don't know if it would quite be in the top 5, but in my tier list, it would be like in the royalty tier, like right there with the best of the best. So love Pastoral. It has to vote by 2 right now. I'll give it a second. It's okay. It's okay. So remember, we are doing double elimination. So the ones that lose will drop down to the lower tier and have a chance at the loser's bracket, and they'll get a chance to use a revive, and come back to the winner's bracket. Everyone has to lose twice. So everyone still has a chance, even if they lose the first round. Can I play a little of The Hunt? No, I'm just kidding. I can. I have to look at it. I have practiced, as my video says, for 1 hour on The Hunt 2 months ago. So we'll see how good 1 hour of practice after 2 months, how much it does. Something like that. I'll take it. It's not bad, but I'm happy to look back and see that Pastoral won. So Pastoral wins, but you Hunt lovers, hopefully more of your clan joins. And then when it gets hit down here in the losers bracket in a little bit, if more of your people are here to vote for it, then it might do just fine. So, okay, what do I have against The Hunt? I don't know. I think it's fine. I think one thing I have against The Hunt, if I was actually being really honest, every sonata that I adore has just like a gorgeous slow movement. And The Hunt doesn't have it has good movements, but doesn't have this like gorgeous slow movement. And I really like sonatas that just have like a breathtaking slow movement part, and it just doesn't quite have that. So That's why I have against it. I wouldn't say against it, but All right. Interesting matchup here. A flat at the end, opus 110, or a major way, way, way back at the very beginning. I think both these sonatas are incredible. I don't know what's going to win. We will see. We will see how many of you guys are like late Beethoven fanatics and will vote for the late Beethoven no matter what, or how many of you are like, are cool with the early ones too. A major is the and then it has other movements too, but then A flat at the end is the oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I gotta cheat. Yeah. Play the fugue in opus 1110. I can try to play the fugue in opus 1110. The Beethoven needs to live about another 400 years so that fugue can exist. No, I don't know the fugue. The fugue goes. There you go. Are you happy? Wow. Number 31 crushed it. Wow. Poor Opus 2 number 2. I love Opus 2 number 2. I'm really sad that I lost by so much. I feel like A flat will win, which is fine. But that was a demolishing of it. Okay. So we are going to move down now to our losers bracket. Again, no need to take too much time on the ones that are totally blowouts, but Scriabin opus 6,345. Which composer has the highest opus number? It would be a really good trivia question. Which known composer has like the highest opus number? Like I know there's a couple like people who wrote a lot of exercises. I think like Hannon and Bergmuller. Cherny, maybe. I know a couple of these technical exercises are in the upper hundreds, so I don't know. That would be a very, very good like trivia quiz. Which composer has like the highest opus number? What's the highest one you know? I mean, Beethoven gets to like what 131, 132. I'm not quite sure what his last one is, but that'd be fascinating. So we have our losers bracket. So right up here at the beginning of the loser bracket, we have F minor versus number 16 in G major. So we have this one again, the offbeat one. However that goes, versus F minor. Now, I think F minor should obviously win this one, but I know a lot of people like this G major. So I feel like the first sonata is going to be gone within 2 rounds, which is kind of sad, but I don't think it can survive this. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it won't have a chance here, right? Because people love this G major. It's like a good contest piece because it's really fast and flashy. The G major, it's in a lot of contests and everything. Yeah. Number one's great. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Number one has votes right now. I don't know. I think everyone should do F minor, but I'm not the one voting. Maybe I should cheat and I should vote at the same time. How awesome would that be if I was cheating on my own stream and voting? F minor has, I think the best thing about F minor is probably the slow movement. It's also really practical because I can give it to students who haven't played Beethoven. They're not ready for like advanced Beethoven, but they can play like a single slow movement and it's gorgeous. It has all that like, I mean, it isn't easy. If you want to play it, don't get in your mind that Ryan said it was easy because it has like all the 2 against 3 stuff. Let me show you real quick here. It has this. What part should I demonstrate? Like this? Let's go back to. Yeah, it's great. Well, I guess it's going to win. Yeah, number one's good. Number one's great. Um, Maybe I won you guys over with my gorgeous sight reading. So I mean, okay, I shouldn't say sight reading. It's a little bit of a lie. I have looked at that one before quite a bit because I've taught it. I've never like studied it and memorized it, but I have worked out some of the. It's actually not 2 against 3. It's actually 6 against 8, so 3 against 4, which is much trickier. So I have I have worked that one out to teach it. So okay, we're doing our losers brackets if you're just now joining us. So we had our whole first round already up here, and the losers all get a second chance on life. This is double elimination. You have to lose twice. So down here, G major is now gone for good. F minor will now play against, in a little bit here, the loser of the matchup up here. So they kind of all get 2 chances. So if you get some horrible, you went up against hammer clavier in the first round and you're guaranteed to lose, you're not out the whole thing. You can still kind of see where you rank in the end. This one's interesting. 2, I would say, lesser known ones. I mean, people earlier said they hated cuckoo, so maybe cuckoo isn't lesser known. Cuckoo. But versus E major. So just to remind you again, E major was the one that goes. I didn't play E major's second movement for you earlier. And just in case it gets eliminated, I feel like you all should at least hear this slow movement because it is kind of cool. So the slow movement's the one that goes. Nope. And then the final movement's really fun. It's lots of fun. It even has some cool development section. It's not really a development section, but the developmental section goes. Page turn sock. But it's fun. It's going to lose now, but it's a lot of fun. So the cuckoo sonata is terrible, but cuckoo will beat out E major. So goodbye, E major. I knew you wouldn't be long for this list, but it's still fun to have you. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. Okay, number 5, C minor, the little pathetique, if you will. Number 5, C minor versus number 12 in A flat once again. So has anyone ever heard it called the wow. Be my page turn for $100 an hour. When I start making $300 an hour for streaming as opposed to 0, then maybe I will call you. How's that sound? Yeah, nice. The Lebevol, you're not too late. Lebevol did well, so you weren't here earlier to vote for, but Lebevol actually won the first round, so it's not in the losers bracket. It actually beat out D major, which it should have because D major is terrible. So a number 7 in D major, not Pastoral, obviously. So it's doing just fine. It's up there in the winners bracket, doing just fine. So C minor looks like it's doing well. C minor is the one that goes. Something. And then A flat is the. And that is the one that's a theme and variation. It goes on for a while. Sorry, I was doing that earlier, but in my mind, I forgot that people are joining, and you don't all have 32 sonatas memory after hearing it once. So my bad. Yeah, I will try to play them when before we vote on them or when I'm voting about them. Yes, I can tell when I play them, people immediately start voting because you probably just need a reminder what they sound like. So not everyone's a total loser like me and knows which ones I like best from the get go. So A flat sounds like Baroque Liebestrom. Interesting. Interesting. You're practicing C minor right now. It's cool. I think the middle movement is hard for a middle movement, but really cool. It's a hard one to pull off, I think. Well, with those arpeggios and stuff, and also that really fast scale. But the middle movement's also just, I think, hard to make all the versions of it work with the has like that version where it's like the triplets going on and the melody and duplets in the right hand. So it's not going to get eliminated, it doesn't look like. So I don't have to talk all about it right now because it looks like it's going to survive. Well, the vote's within one right now, so maybe it won't survive this. But the C minor is great. I feel like it is like a little bit of a small pathétique because the first movement is C minor and really dramatic. The middle movement is an A flat and super lyrical. So the middle movement is the and what I was mentioning a second ago was it comes back in a little bit with page turn. And then it has yet another version that goes. So just a lot of iterations of that same tune. It's just challenging, I think, to pull it all off and make it work at one tempo marking. So yeah, very, very nice. We're very close right now. We're very close. So the rule is if it's within a vote, I have to do a playoff. That is my my long-standing rule. The middle movement's gorgeous. I think you really like Scriabin. Let's see here. Well, should we give it to C minor? C minor it is. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. We have wrong button. We have the G major sonatina, one of the worst sonatas because the sonatinas are fine, but they are, not great. Versus, I said sonatina versus number 4 in E flat, the grand sonata. So I will click play, but then I'll play a little for you. So the G major is the but then the grand sonata is the one that goes I butchered it for a second earlier, so I'll play some more of the right notes by looking at it. I think the Grand Sonata is super famous for, and I like most, the slow movement that goes. So it is amazing. Looks like Grand Sonata is actually winning, which it should. That is good. That is good. So put your votes in. Put your votes in. Grand Sonata versus the Sonatina. And to vote for the G major one. Only one he can play. Hey, that's like I said when I played, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great that I could play Beethoven Sonata. So nothing wrong with it. It's just, you know, it's relative to the other Beethoven sonatas, is easier, which easier is not a problem. But probably, a little less complete in some ways. But that is the great thing about it. Composers don't really care about our feelings much. Most of them are just like, play these pieces. They're not worried about making them accessible for the general person or playable. They're just like, oh, here are these pieces, play them. So, okay. We got E flat major is staying alive, and then G major is gone for good. Now, we have another sonatina. Hopefully, we knock out all the sonatinas right here. So, we got number 3 in C major versus number 19, which is the G minor sonatina. So, C major is the one that goes. And then eventually, like, something like that. And then also, G minor. I don't really know how that one starts. I'll look it up real quick. It's the one that's like, I can hear it, but I can't think of what the melody is. Yeah. Okay. It's going to get knocked out right now, so I will humor it and play a second of it while looking at the music, because this is our last chance to talk about it. I hope. It better be our last chance to talk about it. Wrong one. I actually kind of like this one, but I think C major is really, really good. C major also has the terrible last movement that goes really crazy fast chord. So, well, so far G major is doing just fine. Okay, nope, yes, no, yes. The vote's swinging wildly. Yeah, you feel bad for it, so you're voting for it. G minor is good. It's good. I think it's actually has more appeal than the G major to me, because G major is just like happy, but it doesn't do a lot else for me. Whereas like the G minor, I would say is more like a good tune, So, it is better. It is better in that sense. So, yeah, G minor has feelings. Someone asked, what's my favorite key in which Beethoven wrote? I always think A flat, because there's so many beautiful A flat melodies. Like if I was just to take the first 8 measures of every Beethoven sonata, A flat, easy. For pieces on a whole, though, I mean, C is great. If you count C major, C minor, because all the C major ones kind of like play around C minor as well. I just think C is great. So it is tricky. That's a tricky answer, but I think C might be the best. C also has, well, E flat's good too, but C also has like the third concerto. It's tricky. It's tricky. By the way, since we are doing voting, just a quick reminder, fast forward to make sure you are live. So you're not like behind the curve. So, okay. C major, all the sonatinas are gone. We'll say they are not bad pieces. They just often don't compare with the other sonatas. So thank you for all the likes and hearts. Keep them coming. We'll try to get this video seen by as many people as possible, so the voting here gets crazier the further we go along, which is normally what happens. It picks up as we go along. We have B flat, the little hammer clavier, as some people call it. That one, which I would say is not very popular. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe it's just not very popular with me. I can play a little of it for you, but I really don't know it that well. And then it's going against F major. Which is great. So we got B flat versus F major. I would say two lesser known ones. As we knock out these lesser known ones, of course, people are going to have more opinions. Like when we get back up here to the winners bracket, people are going to get more emotionally charged with what the answers are. So B flat is winning. Maybe I should actually look at it and play it for you guys if you guys are going to vote for it. Where is B flat? Here? Probably. Yeah. Oh yeah. Blah blah blah. Pretend like I got to this point. Yeah, it's not really good sight reading material. Oh my goodness, and the vote's tied right now. Guys, you got to vote for F major so I don't have to play B flat again and embarrass myself. You know, there's a lot of C minor. Yeah. Did I say F minor? Yeah, F. I would say F major is the better sonata here. Though people like this one, I have said that's not my favorite before in videos, and people always come to its support and act like I'm totally crazy, which is what classical musicians do. That's what we do as classical musicians. If someone doesn't like a piece we like, we're just like, oh, I didn't know you were a cave troll. Because clearly you must be a horrible, awful person, barely even human, to not completely love every piece that I love. It's okay. I do the same thing sometimes. But yeah, people are always really shocked. They're like, you don't like that one? I'm like, it's fine. Like, not your favorite ever. F major, I will say, has the great last movement that I cannot play from sight at all, but the one that goes. Really, really fun. Obviously, it could be much faster too. So, F major's up by 2 votes. All right, we'll end it there. Okay, so that one's gone for good. We have 2 sonatas. We're really down to the nature of this is the first round of the elimination bracket tends to be the pieces that people know the least, right? Because we're doing double eliminations. These have all dropped down and lost once. So a lot of ones people don't know as well. D major versus number 10 in G major. So I will click go, but I will show you guys a little excerpts of them. D major is the one that starts. And then G major is our yeah. That one. So no, D major's terrible. That is, I gotta stick with it now. Okay. I gotta stick with it. I have to become a meme to be famous. So I need to have like some meme like that sonata's terrible. I don't know. It's not really funny enough. I need a funny take about it. So everyone like thinks, oh, that'd be hilarious to share that, you know, D major's terrible. It's not really terrible, but it's not my favorite. But it's gotta be my thing. Wow, D major's gonna win. Oh, too bad. Actually, I don't like that G major really much at all, so it's totally fine. The first round of the losers brackets is going to be bad. Yeah. Like, you know how like people become famous because of a meme, right? They scream the rook or something, and everyone's like, oh, we got to share the rook meme with everyone. And so I just need to become famous for a not bad meme, like me saying sonata in D major is terrible. That's a pretty good way to become famous for a meme. You know, it's not like you do something horribly embarrassing or awful or off-putting or racist, but you just say, I don't like the D major sonata much, and that led to fame. Then we'll take it. Okay, up next here we have a decent matchup for the losers bracket, which I'm a little bummed about because I'm pretty sure that the Hunt, E flat major is the Hunt, by the way, is going to crush the second sonata, but that's sad because I really like the second sonata. Can I try to convince you guys not to vote for the Hunt real quick? The Hunt, by the way, is the one that starts. But I'm going to take my time before we vote. Just consider voting consider me for the next election. and a middle movement that sounds like also such a great piece. So, all right, going to start the voting now. You'll probably vote for the Hunt, which I understand. Come on, Vienna. You're like, Ryan deserves 100 million subscribers. So nice of you. Then you said vote for the Hunt. Ah, gotta get you more on my side with Opus 2 number 2. Maybe I need to make videos about Opus 2 number 2 and try to force it to be famous. Vienna, I have a question. You're not the Vienna that I used to teach a few years ago, right? Because that dawned on me the other day. I'm like, wait a second. You don't know me because I used to teach you piano. Just wanted to make sure. That was like, I used to teach a Vienna. It's a more unique name. So I just wanted to ask if you are. Hi. Sorry I did not put together that your name is the one. The Hunt deserves 100 quadrillion subs. Okay. Ryan deserves a Scriabine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, wait a second. I taught Vienna and that's a pretty rare name. So the last name wasn't the same, but people often don't put their real last names on YouTube anyway. So, okay, A major is done. A major is done. Goodbye. That's the best sonata to be eliminated so far by far. That is the of all the ones that are totally out for good. It's the best one. Now, if you know the way brackets work, we're actually halfway done. It doesn't feel like we're halfway done, but half the matchups already happen. And then we have these matchups, but each round gets now twice as fast because we have half the matchups we had before. So we are going to follow their numbering system, which says to go from here, the 24th matchup. I learned this last time, up to the 25th matchup. So we're back to the winner's bracket, back to more famous ones. So if you really care about one, you should make sure you vote because the ones that are in the winner's bracket, these are ones that have yet to lose, are still in there. So we have number 32, C minor. This is that one. The main theme is I knew I'd find my correct octave eventually, and it is going against Tempest. Wow. Already like a really intense matchup like this quickly. Tempest is obviously in the key of D minor. It's when that goes. That one. So they're both great. I think number 32 is better if you're asking me, but whew, man, that'll be tricky. So this is a mean matchup. Of course, the Beethoven sonatas, there's a lot of good ones. So we're going to get a lot of mean matchup. I think we have a lot of Scriabin propaganda going on here. We might need to chill on the Scriabin just a little bit. Ironic, Scriabin telling me to do a Scriabin video. Are you still alive, Scriabin? This is actually legitimate. Can you imagine like a living composer doing this? Like if I had Philip Glass actually in the chat being like, Ryan's got to cover Philip Glass more. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if Philip Glass was hanging out in the chat. If, maybe if that's who you are, let me know if one of you are Philip Glass in disguise. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, C minor is going to crush this. So yes, this is not close. Yes, you're alive. Of course, Scriabin is alive. Yeah, this isn't really close. We can probably end it now and put the Tempest out of its misery. Though, the Tempest now moves down to the loser's bracket, so it's not out for good. That one moves on. We have odd tres, number 24 in F sharp major versus Pathetique. Odd tres. I played a little bit of it earlier. The one that goes. and then the theme is like something like that. And then Pathetique obviously is Pathetique. I played a little Pathetique for you earlier. I didn't play, obviously there's the first movement. The second movement. Then I did not play the third earlier, but the third movement's one that goes. Oh, I just looked over and saw it has 100% of the votes. Wow, 100%. Wow, that's... I thought it would be closer. Okay, one person voted for Outrace. Good, good. I think Outrace is great. I prefer it for uniqueness. It does something for me that no other sonata can do. There's like those sonatas out there that like it's the only one of its kind, whereas Pathetique is the really dramatic, epic stuff. There's many of those. I still think it's great. So if I was judging which one I think is better, I might say Pathetique. If I give it extra credit for being unique, I might lean towards Outrace a little bit. But Pathetique won, deservedly. It's one of the greatest sonatas ever. Okay, we have a really... What'd I do? Typos? Me? Did I have a typo or someone else? Maybe I did. I have to retype a lot of this. So, we have a terrible matchup, guys. Absolutely terrible matchup. My two favorite sonatas, probably, or right there with my favorite sonatas. We got 101 A major versus Waldstein, Opus 53. Wow. This is really mean for this early in the list. I think they are my two favorite or tied for my two of my favorite five. So how are we going to make this decision? So in case you don't know, A major 28 is the one that goes. It also has like the second movement's like the scherzo, which is like a weird march. And then there's a really weird minor middle movement that's kind of like an intro for the final movement, which is the wow, it's really good. And then Waldstein. I will play a little Waldstein for you after I start voting, because I think more people know what it is. Play the fugue of A major. Oh. Something like that. And then Waldstein it starts with the but I think a lot of people like the first movement the best. I like the last movement of Waldstein. It's my favorite movement of probably any Beethoven sonata, the one that goes. It has that part that goes awesome stuff though. So what are we voting for here? Waldstein is winning. I mean, it makes sense. I'm just sad that they had to go against each other so early on. I wish they went up against each other at the very end, but Waldstein just has so much good stuff to it. It also has the Something like that. So, well, we got to give it to Waldstein. It's pretty obvious it's going to win, but no disrespect to A major. And A major will drop down to the losers bracket where it will crush Sonata number 6 in F major. Absolutely crush Sonata number 6 in F majors. There will be a little vengeance. There will be a little vengeance for it in the end, guys. Don't worry. It will have it. It will have its day. We have E flat major 13. The E flat major versus, oh, I looked at the wrong line. I almost said versus 14, C sharp minor, but no, I looked at the wrong line. Versus hammer clavier. Well, it was fun while it lasted. It was fun while it lasted, but yeah, it's going to get crushed. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit start on this poll. I'm going to take a 2-minute bathroom break. Vote for the poll, and I'll be right back. And we are back. Did I not start the poll? Did I not do it right? Oh, there it is. There it is. Just wasn't popping up. Yeah, hammer clavier might have won. Just a little bit there. I will never understand how some people stream for like 6 hours and never use the bathroom. I don't know. That's not in my my skill set. So, hammer clavier has won the day, unsurprisingly. Okay, we have a really, really good matchup here. This one I think will actually be close because they're very different. We have number 30 in E major. I'll try to butcher again. Versus maybe the definitely most popular one, C sharp minor, not major, which is Moonlight. I should write Moonlight. This is interesting. I think one is clearly better. One is clearly better, but one is clearly more popular. Like one is much easier to get into, which is like Moonlight's big thing. It's way easier to understand, right? You can get into Moonlight and it's immediately lovable. It's hard to remember that the rest of the world isn't as scarred as we are. You know what I mean by like overpopular pieces. Like some people just like Für Elise and they can listen to it over and over again, but they're not like someone like us who've heard it like 1,000 times. They don't hate it because it's so popular. So did you vote for the wrong one for real? No, this always happens. This always happens. Someone votes for the wrong one in a key matchup here. So we got to keep these votes coming in. We got to see which one wins here. So, E major, I did not play it earlier. I will play some of this now because it's important, because you guys might eliminate it unless I do. It also has this really, really, really good slow part, which I have to look up. I don't know off the top of my head. Come on, where is the slow page? There it is. It's a great one. So it looks like 109. Looks like 109 is going to pull it out despite the misclick. It still is going to do okay. So a 109 E major, doing good. Let's get on to this matchup, which I would say F major was kind of a surprise to make it out of the first round. This one, but it had a pretty weak first round opponent in the B flat major, which not a lot of people know. So number 22, F major versus E minor. So this is what you get. When you make it out of the first round as a surprise kind of pick, you have to go against a really popular sonata, and that's always kind of tough for you. So E minor, the first movement's the one that goes. In the second movement, I don't know the beginning as well, but something like that pretty piece. So, whoa, looks like E minor is crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. So that's crazy. That is crazy. So, yeah, F major's cooked. It's cooked. It's good. It's good. I think it does have a lot of cool big octave things if you don't know the piece at all. I mean, like all Beethoven sonatas, if you studied it, you would fall in love with it and think it's like the greatest piece ever. That's just the nature of Beethoven sonatas. Even the pieces you don't think are as good or you know as well, if you study them, you're always like, wow, this piece is awesome. I think it does have some really cool, like, big giant octave chords and stuff. Yeah, some nice big, like, crazy clashy chords. But yeah, it got destroyed in this round, which is fine. E minor is great. E minor is one of the greatest two movement sonatas, unless you count Waldstein as a two movement sonata. So, okay, this matchup here, once again, one of these sonatas is about to get pulverized. We have 26 in E flat, which is a great sonata. I've been writing this way. I should write its name out. Its German name, Lebewohl. But it has to go against a Passionata. So, Leb versus App. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. I mean, Lebewohl's great. I think the best part about Lebewohl is the name, Lebewohl. It's a lot of fun. I love Lebewohl versus App, and App is going to get almost all the votes, I would imagine. Appassionata is great. It's the one that I really want to study, and it just takes a lot of time. I always feel like pieces I'd want to play for sure. Appassionata, I haven't gotten around to yet. Like between that and Hammer Clavier, I like the slow movement of Hammer Clavier more. If you're talking about playing an entire sonata, I'd probably lean towards playing Appassionata, I think. Would be like my next big one I'd want to play. So yeah, we don't have to let this misery go on forever. Appassionata crushed it. We got to move on. We got to get to the other matchups, you know. All right, now this one's interesting. We have past, the past versus the present, the past versus the future. Pastoral versus 31 in A flat. This will be really interesting. Pastoral, like I played earlier, is the one that goes. And then the last one has the oops, disregard. I played the other A flat, wrong melody, too many Beethoven A flat. That's what happens when the mic or the camera's on, you panic. They're both good. Pastoral, I think, is better, but don't tell anyone I said that. I love Pastoral. Pastoral's second movement was his favorite adagio. Really? Wait, isn't the third movement the adagio? I'm making stuff up again. My spreading fake news. Am I spraying fake news? I am spraying fake news. The second movement is the adagio. I don't know why I had in mind the third movement was a slow movement. I don't blame him. This one's great. This is the Pastoral second movement is the jazz second movement, you know? And it has... And then also... So it's good, but it looks like it's going to lose to A flat. It's okay. A flat's a worthy opponent. I will take it. It's fine. I won't be too offended. A flat's great. That's an example of two great ones. So, and then we immediately have to vote on Pastoral again because it goes to the losers bracket, and the losers bracket it does it in reverse order, so they won't get the same matchups over and over again. So we are going to be, oh my goodness, typos everywhere. We're going to be eliminating something for good. This is the problem with having the microphone in front of the keyboard. I see why streamers wear headsets all the time. I'm just trying to make it sound better for you guys. Have a real microphone so the piano doesn't sound like garbage the whole time. But yeah. Yeah, Passionata versus Waldstein would be epic. I hope that matchup happens at some point. If they both make it far enough, they will. So we are down to the losers bracket again. So we are well on our way through this thing because we have the first two main rounds up here done. So you see there's only 8 undefeated pieces left. And now we're down here. And we have D major, the one we just now talked about, versus the first sonata. Which is great, but it's probably going to lose to Pastoral, and it probably should. Pastoral's amazing. So you misclicked? What'd you mean to click? You meant to click F minor? You meant to click for this one? Aw, that's too bad for you. I was going to say if it was within one, I'd let you revote, but it's not. Pastoral crushed it, which is good. They're both doing well. If you lose at this point, you're doing great. You know what I mean? You made it pretty far in the list. So we actually somehow in the losers bracket here have a back-to-back matchup. Leibovol is down here hanging on for dear life. I said Leibovol one time and people got really mad at me. They were like, you have to say Le Doux. Everyone calls it Le Doux. My Beethoven didn't call it Le Doux. Beethoven called it Leibovol. He wrote it in the music, Leibovol. So, you know, don't hate me. Hate Beethoven. It's all the way down here hanging on for dear life, going against, which somehow is still in the list. Why did it go up? It went up against number 9 in E major. So I don't think Leibovol or Lezadu has any shot of being eliminated against the Kaku Sonata. I think we'll be good. Guys, you gotta stop misclicking. You gotta stop missing. No, Vienna. I was there. Rachmaninoff is not the greatest composer. Rachmaninoff got demolished by Chopin. Though I guess according to our list, he was top 3, number 3. Beethoven, Chopin, Rachmaninoff. I don't know how it rated Chopin versus Beethoven, because Rachmaninoff went to the losers bracket. I think he lost to Beethoven in the end, and Beethoven got to come back and play Chopin once more. So yeah, Leibovul's got this. It's golden. It's golden. It's going. When it's not close, we're not going to wait for all the votes to come in. When it's a crushing, right? This is an interesting matchup in the losers bracket of two sonatas that I just think, quite honestly, aren't that well known. 22 in F major versus number 5 in C minor. Just to remind you guys, the F major one is the and then the C minor is the. That's the first time I played that in the right octave this whole video. Yay for me. It has the A flat middle movement. So, yeah. Oh no, we have an appearance of the two numbers. All right. I think 6-7 is just getting funnier from the younger and younger crowd now. Now it's like the 8-year-olds have caught on to it. You know, now the 7-year-olds are catching on to it. Now like the 5-year-olds are catching on. So it just has to cycle through the whole generation, and then eventually the older generation will catch on to it too, and they'll start, doing it like, it'll go all the way down to the bottom and cycle back over the top. So it'll be good. It'll go through everyone. Wow, C minor, good. I thought F major overstayed its welcome. It's made it pretty far, so I guess it's won one matchup the whole time, but it had a pretty weak first round matchup, right? F major, where is it up here? Where is? I can't see anything, apparently. What am I doing? I don't know. Don't ask me, guys. Don't ask. My brain's not working. I can't find it. So forget me and my problems. It's gone now. Doesn't matter. It's gone now. It was there and now it's gone. C minor moves on. So in case you don't know how double elimination works, the winner of the loser bracket, everyone has to lose except one person at the top, right? The winner of the loser brackets then gets a chance to go back and play the ultimate winner. So every single person has to lose twice. Every single sonata, in this case, not person, has to lose twice to get completely eliminated. That is like the way double elimination works. So up next, we have the Moonlight versus the Grand Moon. The Grand Mooning. We have the Moonlight Sonata versus the Grand Sonata. This will be interesting because, once again, one might be better and one might be more popular. So Moonlight, obviously. And then we have the E flat Sonata. And then also the slow movement of that. 10 times slower than that. So, wow. Moonlight is... Oh, did I not play the first movement fast enough? Let me try again. Something like that. So, wow, Moonlight's going to win. That's fine. People don't really know the Grand Sonata, I feel like, as well as... I shouldn't say they should. I feel like it's not that popular. And it's pretty good. I think the first movement isn't as iconic. The melody is not as, like, singable as some. So definitely going to go to Moonlight there, which is totally fine. So we have... I lost track of where I was. We have... Next matchup in the winner's bracket. Are we here, I guess? Yeah. So we have E flat major, which I guess has won its matchup so far. I feel like I'm having deja vu with this right now, but maybe not. Versus number 3 in C major. Oh, we in the losers bracket? Is that why I'm having deja vu? Yeah, we're in the losers bracket. Okay. I was like, wait, what just happened? I forgot we skipped down to the losers bracket. Okay. I was like, no way C major has one out so far. So we're in the losers bracket. My bad, guys. My bad. Number 13, which is versus C major. Doesn't C major have a good second movement? I just can't remember. I feel like some people really like Opus 2 number 3 second movement, but the tune isn't coming to me at all. Or am I just making this up and it's terrible and everyone hates it? Oh, yeah. C major second movement is the yeah, it's kind of iconic. I'd say probably C major, but E flat's winning right now. They're both good. They're both good. Opus 109 foreshadowing. Guys, these lists always end so fast. Like we're doing good, then all of a sudden, like you get down to the last few, and you're like, boom! You regret all your voting, and time's up. It's too late. All right. The more you hear C major, maybe because I'm playing it like poorly. So, all right. Looks like it's a close one, but it's going to E flat. Neither of these sonatas have a chance of winning the whole thing. So, we're not that worried about the comeback story. So, the comeback story, though, I care about. Opus 101 in A major. Unfairly? No, it didn't unfairly lose earlier, but it lost earlier, which is really sad. But this is why the losers bracket is nice, because Opus 101 in A major is going to now crush number 6 in F major. At least it better crush it. Might end the stream right now. Right now. Right now. You guys vote for number 6. That would just be absolute trolling. Number 6 in F major is fun. But if somehow it beat 101, that would be unbelievably horrible voting. So I might even have to sign in and vote or something, It would be crazy. Though I have to say I like both these sonatas, but F major would be what I just call a solid Beethoven sonata, and A major is definitely upper echelon. It might be me. Sometimes I play stuff bad to try to convince people not to vote for it, but that's not necessarily what I was doing in that one. I think I might like that one slightly more than E flat major. I don't know. All right. Wow. Most votes yet, guys. Good job. Keep liking the video, keep hitting hearts and all that lame stuff we have to do to tell YouTube to tell other people to join our live streams. This is the most votes we've had in matchups so far. So 101. I am for the redemption story of 101. I want to make it to at least the last 6 sonatas. I understand at some point Hammerklavier, Waldstein, or Passionata have to lose because only one person can win the winner's bracket. So 101 will get some matchups at some point that are tough, but I want to see it go far in this loser's bracket. So, all right. 24 in F sharp major, Ad 3 versus the worst sonata, D major. Sorry, guys. We started to joke. We can't stop it now. Ad 3 versus 107. All right, which one do you like better? I'm not trying to sway the vote. Nope, not me. What'd I do to the Chopin nocturnes? You mean the way I ranked them or the way I played them? I guess both, maybe. Yeah, I think there's a chance. So Hammer Clavier is sitting up here in the top 8 of the top. What we have left while we let this vote. This one's close. We're gonna let this one play out for a minute. But at the top here we have the Final Sonata C minor versus Pathetique C minor, and then we have Waldstein and Hammer Clavier. So unfortunately for those two, one of them has to knock each other out right there. And then we have E major versus E minor, ironically. And then Appassionata probably has the easiest matchup of the final 8, I'm guessing, up here at the top. But they all will have a chance to go down to the losers bracket. So Waldstein versus Hammer Clavier, that's mean. Those are both like finals potentials, but they have to go up against each other because someone has to go up against each other at some point, right? All right. F sharp major odd tres has pulled away. So, okay, our final matchup of this losers bracket is Tempest going against the Sonata right after. So Tempest, so Temp Hunt, Temptation versus Hunting. I don't have a dog in this fight. Both of these are more popular than I like them. So if you like the Tempest more, that's great. Or the Hunt, it's cool. I don't care. I totally don't care. You know, I don't know. Appassionata, I think, is slightly more popular than Waldstein, I think. But last time we did this a year and a half ago, obviously with a totally different crowd voting, I think Waldstein beat Appassionata. If I remember right. It's been a while, though. We did not do double elimination there, though. So if Appassionata got knocked out by, like, sometimes it's interesting, right? Like somebody knocks out something else, but those two would have gone against each other later. It would have been a different outcome. So, you know, since I made my Chopin Nocturne tier list, I'm allowed to have opinions that change. I've come around a little bit on E major. Nope. How does it start? I can't hear the beginning in my ear. That's so annoying. The E major Nocturne. Yeah. There we go. That one. I've come around that one quite a bit. I don't think it would be F tier, but I think I rated it pretty low in that video. But I've definitely come around on it quite a bit. I just can't think how the left hand goes. All right, Tempest crushed the Hunt. I probably would vote the same way, even though again, neither one of these I'm like offended are gone. So, all right, we have established that losers bracket. We are up to. Let's just try follow the numbers. Make sure there's nothing wrong. That was matchup number 40 we just did. So now we have to go back up to the very top. And the way this works is we're going to do these 8 winners. Then we're going to hang out in the losers bracket for a while, which if you were here last time, we realized partway through we have to do it in the order they say, because if we don't, you don't have enough losers to play the other losers. So we're going to have these 8 winners. Then we're going to be hanging out with the losers for quite a while. Okay, so let's get over here. Back to the winners bracket, guys. You better be ready to vote because this is an insane matchup. The Final Sonata, Final Sonata versus Pathetique. This is just, I mean, off the charts crazy matchup. A lot of people just love Pathetique. But the Final Sonata, oh my goodness, Opus 111. Or Opus 13, super early Beethoven or super late? Did we go with? Or do we go with? Can I play a little of the last movement? The last movement of the last sonata. I have to look at how it starts. Unfortunately. Oh yeah. I don't want to look. I don't want to look at the matchup. Don't want to look. It's close. It's close. Just because it's the last one doesn't mean it's the best, but it might be the best. Waldstein feels like some kind of K-pop idol in the classical music community. If you dare to say something against the sonata, they're going to destroy you. Guys, we're not even to Waldstein yet. Let's argue about this one first. It looks like the final sonata is going to win. It looks like the final sonata. Remember, it's not me that's voting, it's you guys. But it looks like the final sonata. It has it by several votes right now. So unless some miracle happens real quick for Pathetique, it's over. It's over. I mean, it's not over. It's going to go down to the losers bracket and do just fine down there. But yeah, all right. Most votes we've had for any matchup so far. Congratulations, guys. The last sonata is into the final four unbeaten ones. Now, remember, it's not really the final four because it's a loser bracket. But now we can start our big debate. Waldstein versus Hammerklavier. This is insanely close. I love both these pieces so much. You guys know I'm a little biased, but I mean, they're both so incredibly good. I don't know how you decide. I don't know how you guys are going to decide this one. I don't know how I would vote for this one. It would be like, are we doing greatest? Are we doing, one we like the best, innovative, impressive? I don't know. All right, start the carnage. This is going to be crazy. I feel like this is like this could be the final matchup. If they didn't meet till the final round, this could easily be the final matchup of the whole thing. Waldstein versus Hammerklavier is crazy. Hammerklavier, I think, as well as Appassionata, definitely has a better name. That's like the biggest thing about Waldstein. It doesn't have a cool name like Pathetique, Appassionata. It's, Yeah. Waldstein's awesome. I think Waldstein is definitely better recital material in most contexts, if you know what I mean. That doesn't mean it's better. I'm not saying that makes it better, but it's better like recital material, like especially if you're playing for people who maybe don't listen to a lot of classical music and aren't ready to sit down for like a 15-minute slow movement. A slow movement I love, but I'm just pointing out the obvious that it can be a lot for some people. How does Appassionata win? I don't know if Appassionata is going to win the whole thing. I don't know. All right. Looks like, can I play Waldstein to convince anyone to switch places? Are you convinced yet? It doesn't look like it. A little. Not enough of you switched yet. Nope. Well, I missed it, so I'll stop. Okay. I mean, I do love Hammerklavier, so I'm not upset by this. Yeah, there's an octave glissando. What else do we need in life? If every piece had an octave glissando, it'd be more famous. Nope, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. Freudian slip. Okay. That'd be hilarious. I clicked what my heart wanted to do. Not what you guys voted for. Oops. Okay. Well, Waldstein gets to go down to the losers bracket now, which is why we have a losers bracket in the first place. So 27, E minor versus E major. And also I just played this earlier and I already forgot it. E major, Opus 109, everyone's favorite, versus E minor, which is hilarious. E minor has just had a really easy path. It went against F major and it went against F major again, which is kind of funny because E minor doesn't, no offense, doesn't seem like it deserves to be in the last 8 unbeaten ones. It's the weakest of everything in this last bracket by far. I think it's going to get crushed by Opus 109. But you just have an easy matchup, which again is why the double elimination is more fair. But yeah, E minor doesn't deserve to be here. And it's great. I love it. But it doesn't deserve to be in the top 8 Beethoven sonatas. So looks like we could probably call this vote pretty quickly. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe E minor has a little hope. Wow, it's catching up. Oh my goodness. It's tied. Okay, it just swung wildly. Okay. People saw the results and got angry and voted for E major. I guess for a second there, it was within 1 vote somehow. And then suddenly, like 5-2 voted for E major. So people were like, whoa, this has gone long enough. So, okay, E major. We got to keep this moving. We got E major. And we got one more matchup in the unbeaten people category. Then we're going to be hanging out with the losers for a while. We have App versus 110 in A flat major. So, Appassionata versus 110. I think Appassionata. Well, the first vote went to A flat, but Appassionata is going to crush this. It's fine. Appassionata is overrated. This is like what happened the other day when I was doing the composers. People were like, Chopin sucks. I hate Chopin. Then once the vote was over, they're like, okay, I don't really hate Chopin. I was just trying to make my guy win, So, well, that's the nature of this, right? Like, they all have to match up against each other to win. So eventually you're going to have to say, oh, it's a great sonata, but is it greater than Appassionata? Probably not. Yes. Throw in like Furley's and Rage Over a Lost Penny just to like prop up the bad ones so they're not, the absolute worst. All right. Appassionata is doing just fine. So Appassionata, now it says to go from 54 down here. Oopsie, did I? No, 44. And we're going to go down here to the losers for a while, which I might have already. Yeah. We're going to go here. Then we stay in the losers for a while until we knock it down to just a few left, which makes some degree of sense once we get to the end here. So we have in the losers bracket, which one are you sending home for good? The past or the Leba? The past or the Leba eliminated for good? Which one gets to hang on? Pastoral? Or are we going to send home? So this is it. This is a loser's bracket. So this is the last chance. We should end the video with that. Furley's versus the winner. Whatever sonata wins, we'll do Furley's versus that. So, wow, this is swinging wildly. It was like the first few votes went to Pastoral. Then the next ones went to Lebevol, and it was in the lead. And now Pastoral's in the lead again. Leba past. It's one word. Live past. Leba past. Wow, it's just close actually. This is the closest one we've had for a very long time. Interesting. I like Liebestrom more than Pastoral. I do not. It's not Ledoux. Oh, I thought you were saying I should stop calling it Lebevol. No, Pastoral I think is much better in this case. Lebevol starts cooler, but I love Pastoral. Yeah, we did Opus 49s earlier. The Opus will let this run for a little bit. Opus 49s both lost. There's one right there. There's the other. They both lost their first round matchup. They got knocked down to the losers bracket. G major lost here for good. G minor lost here. So they were kicked out pretty quickly. So the way this works is every sonata went against each other here. We had our losers bracket, and then every single round, the losers drop down and play the winners of the losers bracket. So everyone gets a chance to lose twice before they're out for good. So right now, both Pastoral and Lebevohl have lost one time. And right now, it looks like Lebevohl is about to lose for a second time. Sonata 5 is better than Sonata 1. Interesting. If I had to directly compare those two, I like the slow movement of, I don't know. It might be. I might agree with you. I might think number 5 is slightly better. So, all right. Lebevohl gone for good. Pastoral has gained the right to fight against Waldstein in a minute. All right. Number five, C minor. I'll remind you how it sounds just a second here, versus Moonlight. So number 5 in C minor versus C sharp minor. Number 5 in C minor is the, and then Moonlight, obviously, or whatever that is. So yeah, have I ever done a piano concerto stream? That'd be really fun. I know I've done specific pieces before, but I don't think I've done I know I've ranked the concertos before, but that would be really fun. I thought it would be fun to do like piano pieces. Oh my goodness, why can't I remember? Here, this is very close, so I'll look it up real quick. I just can't remember if I've done that particular stream where I've streamed a bracket challenge with concertos. One time also I did like a head-to-head thing where I just like had people vote for things head-to-head instead of like bracket like this. Maybe I have not done concertos before. It's a great idea. That's what I should do. If you guys have any great ideas, let me know. I should totally do a concerto one. That would be intense because there's a lot of strong feelings with like Rock 2, Rock 3, you know. What I might have done is rank the most popular pieces or did a bracket with most popular pieces, I think. And then what ended up happening was I think I included concertos in there too, but I don't think I did exclusively concerti. So, all right, guys, it's within one vote. In one vote. So we can't end it within one vote. Now it's tied. C minor third movement, really catchy it is. The Moonlight's ahead by 1. Wow. This is like the matchup of, I don't think either of these are like hated. Like I think even people who like classical music don't hate Moonlight Sonata, you know, maybe overplayed, but we know we don't hate it. And I don't think anyone really hates C minor, but oh, hey Sky, welcome in. You've missed a lot of fun, but you have not missed the ending. You know, we're trying to whittle down these loser brackets, and we have the four people. I keep saying people. These are people in my mind. The 4 pieces that have not lost are the final sonata versus Hammerklavier, and then Opus 109 versus the Passionale. Those are the only ones that haven't lost. Waldstein did lose because they had to go against Hammerklavier, and so it's down to the losers bracket. But this is a hard tie. So the way we break ties, or things that are only divided by 1 vote here, is I do a recount. We're going to do 5 in C minor versus Moonlight. What we're going to do, I'm going to click go, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds to vote. Vote quickly because there's a delay in the stream, right? So I'm going to click go, fast as you can, vote. When the time's done, I'm going to hit stop. Whoever's winning's winning. 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Moonlight. I'm a little surprised by that, but nothing wrong with a little Moonlight action here. So Moonlight won it, and then we have 13 in E flat versus 101. 101 got knocked out against an amazing sonata earlier, which was crazy. It's crazy it got knocked down here so early, but it had a really tough matchup. So E flat, which I played a million times for you guys in stream, each one starts like in 101 is so yeah, Oh yeah, if you're lagging behind, speed up, speed up, speed up. Sometimes you're literally behind as fine as YouTube is just being stupid for a while. So um, hopefully it's not an ongoing problem. Some things I can't do much about, unfortunately. So we're doing well, guys. This is our peak number of viewers right now. So let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep hitting like. Keep hitting like here. Keep doing the hearts and all that stuff that YouTube likes to do. Oh yeah, goodness. Whoa. Whoa, 101 is crushing it. This is kind of the nature of it. You get a tough matchup and you get dropped to the losers bracket. At least you get a beat up on like some sonatas. So I thankfully do not have to try to remember the first 4 measures of E flat anymore because it is gone. Okay, last matchup of this round of the losers. We have The Last Hope for A13 and Tempest. So we have to tempt Teresa. All right. We are tempting Teresa. We have Teresa. Also with the crazy last movement. And then that's versus Tempest. Interesting matchup. I do not know which way you guys are going to vote on this one. I think Tempest is more popular. A13 is more unique for sure. So I don't know. Whoa, Tempest with the blowout, it looks like. How many of you guys have played Tempest? Just out of curiosity. You're friends with Teresa. Well, this looks like it's not going to be something we have to let run for very long. Looks like an absolute crushing. So we'll give it to Tempest. Okay. With that round out of the way, we're down to just a few pieces. Now, here's the way this works. After this round of loser bracket, it wants us to stay in the losers bracket. That confused us last time around a few nights ago, but it makes sense in the end, and you will see why, because we need losers to play the winners. This is crazy, guys. We have Waldstein, the greatest sonata, versus Pastoral, also one of my favorites. These are both probably be top 5 for me. Waldstein would be higher, but I absolutely love these sonatas. So, and either one, whichever one loses, is gone for good. They're in the losers bracket now, so this is their last chance. So you are going to be killing Waldstein or Pastoral for good. It will not show up again this whole video. So the first 6 votes have all been Waldstein. The first 12 votes have almost all been Waldstein. Yeah, it looks like Waldstein is going to be doing fine. I figured as much. I am sad to see Pastoral go, and it's cool. D minor, middle movement. But you know what's interesting about Pastoral is all of its movements are in D. D major, D minor, D major, D major, which I'm sure there's one I'm not thinking of, but off the top of my head, almost every single sonata that's 4 movements, they're not all in the same key. Like they're going to be like up a fifth or something, and this is like D D D D, like D major, D minor, D major, D major. So I don't want to say it's one of a kind. I'm sure there's an exception or another one that does that. Though I don't know if there's another Beethoven that does that. There's obviously the 2 movement ones are often like E minor, E major, or C minor, C major, F sharp major, F sharp major. So the 2 movement sonatas often all stay in the same key. They kind of have to. But the 4 movement ones, I don't know if there's another one that stays in the same key. Let me know. Let me know if there's one that does that. I can't think of one. So, all right, Waldstein is definitely winning this matchup. It's not close. We can put Pastoral out of his misery. He had a good run. I mean, it made it to the final like 16 pieces if you count the losers bracket. So it did pretty well. All right, another tough matchup, especially for those people who like the named sonatas. We have 2 of the most famous named sonatas, Pathétique versus Moonlight. I know. I love Pastoral. It's one of my favorite ones I feel more unique for liking, you know? Like I like Moonlight, but I feel like almost everyone likes Moonlight. Apparently some of you don't. But pretty much everyone's like, yeah, Moonlight's great. And fairly universally seen as a great sonata. Whereas like I feel like Pastoral's not as well known. So wow, good job, guys. I think Pathetique is clearly better than Moonlight. All three movements, all things considered. So you're voting good. I mean, there's still like 5 people, 6, 7 people who are voting for Moonlight. So Moonlight still has its votes, but I think Pathetique is a little more complete, all 3 movements put together. So, all right. Pathetique wins it. We are getting down to the winner of these losers pretty soon here. So we have a matchup of some late ones. Now, I mentioned that I was really sad Opus 101 dropped down, and it did drop down way too soon. However, 101 in A major is now going against 31, Opus 111, I should say, in A flat major. So a matchup of some really good sonatas. I'm just going to click go. Let you guys fight over this one for a little bit. $101 with the lead. Nope, it's tied. $101 with the lead. $101 with a bigger lead. Should I try to fake the fugue? No, that would make people not. Actually, they both have a fugue. So probably whichever one I play poorly will get fewer votes. 110 is, I said 111. 110 is the one that goes. Has this pattern that's like. Very catchy. Then 101 is. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say 6-7. There are numbers that come up sometimes, okay? I like how I got accused of doing the 6-7 trend in a video. And the day of the video was before it was a trend. And I was like, I couldn't, unless I started the trend in that case. I'm sorry. But, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I like when people comment on old videos and they're like, oh, stop with the trend. And it's like, hey, actually, we didn't know to avoid those numbers yet. We had to like teach ourselves to avoid them now. So A major going to win. Looks like it's going to win. A major is great, guys. There's no shame in losing to A major. A major is one of the greatest sonatas. If you've never listened to Emile Giel's recording of it, you need to listen to it because it's amazing. This sonata is so nice. Great stuff. So looks like it's winning by enough of a margin to give it to it. So A major survives, and we are down to the last of this round. We have E minor, which is still kicking. Great. Versus Tempest. So Tempt E minor. Earlier, someone said minor always wins when they voted for D minor over F sharp major. So now we have D minor versus E minor. What are you going to choose there? Tough choice. Tempest, most people will probably know the beginning of. And then that middle movement, I don't know it. And then E minor is. Tempest is winning. That's fine. What if we play D minor in E minor and E minor and D minor? Does that change your opinion? That's the limit of my transposition. Yeah, I would say the problem with E minor is I really want to like the last movement more. I'm actually trying to practice the last movement some right now in my life. I feel like I haven't completely come around on the last movement of the E major or E minor. The second movement is the it's a really, really long rondo. So I would say that's the one knock on it. So looks like Tempest. Tempest is going to take it, and E minor is out for good. But it had a good run. I mean, for E minor to make it that deep in the list is pretty impressive. So, okay, we now go from number 52 back up here to 53. These are the matchups many of you have been waiting for a very long time. These are our final four. So we have these four have not lost yet. So we have to do these two. We will drop down to the bottom here and do these matchups. See who goes on to challenge the winner at the end, okay? So it's a little bouncing around at the end here. So get your fingers ready for the most probably intense matchup of the whole day. I will once again write Final Sonata versus Hammer Clavier. I have no clue which way this is going to go. It's going to be crazy, but I'm guessing. No, I don't want to say. I don't want to skew what you guys think. I don't want to skew the polls. I know as far as I have the power to skew the rankings or the voting, so I don't want to say. See what happens here. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hammer Clavier is getting crushed. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe I need to try to rescue Hammer Clavier and play the slow movement of it. I'm sure you all know it starts. The slow movement, after like a million pages, it's a slow movement that I know it starts right here on the page in my book. Right here on the page in my book. There it is. It's crazy. It's getting destroyed by the Final Sonata. Whoa. Do we have a weird connection problem for a second there? The viewers on the stream went doop doop. I wonder if a lot of you cut off for a second if YouTube had an issue. So that is just insanity. I would actually vote for the Final Sonata too, but I'm surprised it was so much. I was trying to root for the Hammer Clavier, so it's closer. But wow, I am very surprised. That's the most shocked. Like, I'm not surprised a Hammer Clavier beat Waldstein. A little disappointed, but not surprised. I'm shocked that it got beat so badly by the Final Sonata. That is really, yeah, I can't go wrong with ragtime. Exactly. Okay, we have 109 in E major versus App. App has been strong. This crowd here has been loving Appassionata. 109 versus Appassionata. So, yeah, I'm guessing Hammer Clavier is going to have a rematch with Waldstein. So Waldstein, I mean, I guess we'll see who wins, right? I don't want to speak too soon. Oh, nope. The way it's ordered is Hammer Clavier drop down to the bottom. So it's going to have to play the winner of Opus 101 and Tempest first. And then if it beats that, yeah, then it might have a rematch. So Appassionata is crushing it. You guys love Appassionata. This is like an Appassionata crowd. It's fine. Appassionata is great. It's just like sometimes like a certain crowd like loves a piece. And so things I expect to be close aren't close. So App's insane. Insane App for the win. All right. So we have from number 54, we have to drop back down to the losers for a little bit. And we have two C minors versus each other. We have Path versus Wald. You got to find your path through the Wald. Wald is woods in German, by the way. We have to find. Oh wait, I wrote it in the wrong order. That's going to confuse people. Hang on. Waldstein on top, the same way it is on the list. Wald versus Pathetique. So this is like a classic matchup. These are two of the most just like complete standard classical verging onto the romantic era sonatas. Obviously Waldstein's more romantic as later, but just two complete 3-movement great sonatas. Crazy. So that's why I said, well, the wood, like, you know, into the wood, like the forest. I didn't mean wood as in like a dead tree laying on the ground. Wald. That's right. If Waldstein loses, it cannot lose. Guys, you can't. Okay. No, guys, come on. It's Waldstein. Do I need to play more of it to remind you guys how good it is? How is it even close, though? Who's in the chat voting for Pathetique? This is like the silent majority or something thing. You guys haven't been supporting it out loud at all, but when the vote comes up. Wow, Pathetique is winning? I'm blown away by this vote. It's better than Waldstein? Do you guys know Waldstein? Wow. Do I just end the stream now? I don't think you guys understand what you're doing. Like, this is it. Waldstein will be gone from the list forever. Some of us can play Pathetique. Valid. I did play Pathetique before I played Waldstein, so that is a fair progression to play that one first. Huh. Spend 7 hours a week working on Pathetique, so it's up there. Oh man. This is the most votes we've gotten for 1-2, and it's strongly Pathetique. I'm a little shook, especially because last time I did this Beethoven, it's been a year and a half. But when I did this last time, Waldstein, I think, won the whole thing or was in the final matchup. So with Appassionata. So, man, well, I was hoping if I talked for a second. Who cares about Tempest, Victor? You voted out Waldstein. Your vote could have swung it all. Tempest is still in it. We're doing Tempest next, actually. Tempest lost really early. Tempest had a really rough second round matchup, I think. Tempest had to go against. Where's Tempest up here? Tempest had to go against the final Sonata in the second round. It lost, but it has won out everything in the losers bracket so far. So Tempest is doing fine, but Waldstein is not. Okay. I'm going to be in a bad mood for the rest of the stream now. I was hoping Waldstein was going to have this great redemption story, so. I feel like when I stream sometimes, if I like a piece, it helps its chances. Then other times, if I like a piece, it hurts its chances. You guys are like an anti-crowd. You're out to get me. You know, you guys need to spend 7 hours a week on Waldstein. Then I'll restream in a month from now, and we'll chat. Moonlight just got eliminated by the greatest Sonata. Pathetique. Pathetique just knocked out Moonlight before it knocked out a little known piece called Waldstein. So Moonlight is out of it just recently. So 101 versus Tempest, our final matchup of this round. I would tell you who I think should win, but I'm a little scared now. We have a total of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more matchups total, maybe, like possible. So we're almost there because we're going to play down. We almost have the winner of the losers. So I'm not saying which one I like better. I have an opinion, a strong opinion, but I can't get hurt again, you know? You misclicked? Did you misclick for Tempest and you meant 101, or did you do it the other way around? It's very important. If you misclicked in my favor, then I won't redo the voting. This is close. This is really close. 101 is the... that one. It's within one vote. I have a policy where you don't win within a vote. You have to have a 10-second recount. So, we're going to do a recount. So if 101 gets the next vote, it's over. It wins straight up because it's up by 1 right now. But, well, oh wow, it got the next 2 votes. So 101 it is. Whew, I wanted 101 to win badly. So I didn't want to say it though, because I feel like you guys just want to hurt my feelings again. I don't know if I can handle Waldstein and 101 both still having a chance and then both getting eliminated in the same round. It would be too much for my heart to handle. All right, we are getting down to the end here. We have 109 E major versus Pathetique, which has somehow survived this far, taking out the monsters of Moonlight. Actually, look at this. Pathetique has had, or not Pathetique, yeah, Pathetique has had a destiny of being like a C destroyer. It destroyed a C sharp, destroyed another C. It's been destroying all of its friends. I really like Pathetique, by the way, but oh my goodness, it's beating 109? Elijah, welcome in, welcome in. What's better, Elijah? Waldstein or Pathetique? Wow. You guys love Pathetique. This is just shocking. I've never been with a crowd that's like Pathetique so much. It's crazy. No, if it was rigged, then Waldstein would have won. If I was rigging it, I promise you. Waldstein would have won. Oh, you would have voted for Waldstein? Oh, where were you? We needed you. Pathetique beat Waldstein. It just knocked it out right before you got here. Look at the last matchup here. Oh, Elijah, I was considering streaming today and calling my stream. I'm streaming Brahms until Elijah admits he's great and then just playing Brahms for like 3 hours. But I decided to do this instead. Wow, guys, this is crazy. I mean, I admit Pathetique is one of the greater sonatas in the history of music, but to beat Waldstein and 109 is just insanity. But like someone said earlier, it's more people can play it, so it gets more love, which does help. It does help. Ah, you missed it. You missed it. This is why you need to be checking notifications for my channel 24/7, or else Waldstein might get kicked out. All right. Well, this is within 1 vote. So once again, the next vote goes to Pathetique. I'll give it to him. If not, we'll have to do a rematch. Come on, one person vote for 109. We clearly need a rematch because a lot of you had to misclick that, right? Pathetique versus the Passionata, the inevitable collision. It's crazy. When does it end? It's almost over. Oh, you were just out for a while? Yeah, there's like a couple matchups left. We're almost done with the losers. And then we'll have them play the winners. Okay, we got to do a rematch. So guys, as always, we're going to do a recount of the votes because within 1, that's the policy here. We have E major versus Path. You have 10 seconds. So get your voters on. Get your voters on. Be ready to go. Ready, set, vote. 10, 9. Hope you're not delayed, because if you're delayed, then hopefully you're a Pathetique voter. I could also stop the voting the moment E major took the lead. 5, 4, 3. Come on, E major. 2, 1. End. What's it say? E major. E major for the win. Oh, good. You know what? I'm a little sad to see Pathetique go just because it's the one that beat my sonata. So it would look better if it did well, but Pathetique is out. You got yours in on time? Wow. That's crazy. Pathetique is gone. Okay, now we have Hammer Clavier, which somehow is in the losers bracket. Who did it lose to? Versus 101. Versus who did it lose to? Hammer Clavier had to lose to a Passion. No, it lost to the last Sonata. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have to do Hammer Clavier versus 101. The winner of that will play the loser of this, and then we'll get like our final winner. And I will remind you guys, whoever wins this matchup will have not lost one yet. So they will have to have 2 losses before they're eliminated for good, which that might show up, might not. Let's do it. Hammer Clavier, I'll explain those rules real quick. So basically, because double elimination, you have to lose twice. So let's say, for example, Appassionata wins. In the last matchup, it will play the winner of the losers bracket. But if it loses, you have to immediately do a rematch because it has to lose twice. But if it wins, and everything's lost twice. So I'm guessing Hammer Clavier is crushing it. Oh no, 101's doing well. You're restoring my faith in humanity a little bit. 101 is doing well. Good job, guys. I will forgive you a little bit for kicking out Waldstein. Just maybe you guys are more like the quiet, calm crowd that appreciates the finer things of life. Maybe you don't appreciate Waldstein and its epic aggressiveness quite as much. So that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Looks like 101's going to win. Wow. 101 is good. 101 is one of my favorites. It's like number 2 for me, probably. So it's probably my second favorite sonata. So I am, wow, what a comeback. What a comeback for 101. It's beating Hammer Clavier. So 101's journey, its journey it took was it won here. It lost in the second round to Waldstein. It was the best piece to get knocked down to the losers bracket really early. And then it won, and it won, and it won, and it won. It beat F major. It beat the first Fantasy Sonata. It beat Opus 110. It beat Tempest. And now it has defeated Hammer Clavier. Wow, what a hero. What a hero story. 101 is awesome. So after number 58, before we do this matchup, we come up here and we do, now this is not for the win, right? Just understand you're not voting for the final. Whoever wins this, the loser has to come down here, play the winner of this matchup, who comes back. So there's like 3 matchups left. It's crazy. Don't know. Yeah. So let's do it. We have 32. I will continue to call the finale sonata, final sonata versus App. You guys have both been really voting for them. I mean, these sonatas haven't just beat other sonatas, they've crushed them. I will say though, Appassionata seemingly has had an easier route to victory. It's not a dig on it, but it had to be G major. It beat Leibovol, and then it beat A flat, which is not surprising. People like it more than A flat. It got to go against E major. It was a little easier route. It didn't have to take down quite as epic of pieces. So let's see what happens here. Appassionata versus the final sonata. Appassionata starts out with a slight lead. Maybe Ragtime isn't invincible. I don't know. We need to rank Rachmaninoff sonatas. Why don't we just rank all Rachmaninoff pieces ever? Okay. I did look at after the stream the other night. I looked at I was so confused about the key on it. I don't know why. It was just wrong in my ear during the stream, but I got out my music and looked at it. Wow, the final sonata is winning. Crazy. It's winning by a couple votes too. So I'll give it about 10 more seconds for you guys to save Appassionata if you want to save Appassionata. But right now it's doing good. Doing good. It's cool. Just like 433. Wow. I probably wouldn't do a video on all the Beethoven concertos at once, but I could see covering them in a video. That'd be fun. One issue with concerto sometimes is finding good recordings to use, because you kind of have to use recordings. And if it's not public domain, I have to deal with all those issues of people flagging stuff and all that. So I had to find a public domain recording of it, which is one kind of hold up on concerto sometimes. All right. Final sonata. Final sonata wins, which means Appassionata drops down to here. Hopefully you guys can still see this just fine. Oh, it's cut off a little bit. Appassionata drops down and we'll play the winner of 109 and 101. This is a great matchup. E major, I can put the keys in there if it's helpful. This is a great matchup. What I'm getting from this list is, other than Pathetique, we all really like the late sonatas. I mean, look what survived to the end. 28, 29, 30, and then obviously 32. It's up at the top there. So we really like a late sonata. So I know E major is kind of a shocker. I'm pretty sure if I said what's better, E major or Waldstein, I'm not going to put words in your guys' mouth. I'm pretty sure Waldstein would win that matchup. I think somehow Waldstein lost to Pathetique because there's similar vibes in some ways, and then E major beat Pathetique. But I'm pretty sure Waldstein would have beat Pathetique. So E major's had a really weird route to get here. So what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure it's going to get crushed by 101. Pretty sure. But I could be wrong. That's what I thought. Well, not crushed. It is losing now. Barely. But not crushed. Not crushed. Very close. Very close. Yeah, they're both great. They're both great. What'd you miss? Everything. Everything. It's the end. We only have a few matchups left. We did a giant double elimination. We've done, 60 comparisons at this point, I guess. So, E major took the lead. I looked away, and E major got like several votes in a row. Wow. A major doesn't suck. A major's great. They're both of these sonatas made it further than I thought. I was sure the last couple matchups would be Waldstein, Appassionata, the final sonata, and then maybe one other thing somewhere, but they're just like doing really well. Both those sonatas are really far, so crazy. A major was one of my first completely fell in love sonatas. So wow, it's tied right now. I mean, they're both great. These are both pieces that I play the slow movements of just to chill sometimes, like that, as well as the great. I mean, they're all great stuff, right? So yeah, you need life experience to play E major. I would say that's true about 101 probably as well. I don't know about life experience, but it just takes a lot of musicianship to play. I think it's the reason why a lot of people say it doesn't make sense. That's what a lot of people say, that they hear it and I don't get it. And so I think it does take a lot of experience to pull it off. I'm not even talking about the last movement, which is really hard. Basically, the way 101 works is really musical and easy first movement. Second movement, really awkward. Not crazy hard, but pretty hard, awkward second movement. Third, slow introduction, really easy, but hard musically. Then the fourth one is really hard to play again. So it just takes a well-rounded. Wow, A major's winning by 2. Well, we'll give it 10 seconds. And if it's still up by 2, that's enough to call it. You want to vote for E major. This is your time. Wow, this is crazy. 101 has had a great redemption arc, and it has won. Wow. That's crazy. So 101 dropped down in the second round. It lost. and it won one. What did it lose to again? Wait, what did 101 lose to? I want to know. Did it come back and beat the same thing it lost to? Oh, it lost to Waldstein. Fair enough. And then it came back and it won. And it won, and it won, and it won, and it won. Now it's going up against the final of the losers bracket, which is crazy, 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 crazy. So, I want to do a consolation prize between Waldstein and E major, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to confuse everyone. We have Appassionata versus 101. The winner of this round earns the right to play the final sonata. Whoever wins this matchup is the winner of the losers bracket. So this is our second to last matchup probably. They'll come up here and play the final sonata. So let's get it going. So confused. This is not how I thought it would go. At all. You don't know the late sonatas? Interesting, because I think like you tend to like romantic music, so I would just think you would in general like the late ones better. Because I think you like Chopin and Rachmaninoff a lot, so you know what you need to do, Blue Bug, is you need to sign in on like 4 accounts and go for the same one over and over again. I don't think 101 probably has a chance against Appassionata, but it will be our 3rd place in the whole list. So 101 will be the 3rd place. E major will be 4th place, which is crazy. And then 5th and 6th is some tie between Waldstein and Pathetique. And then sitting at 7th and 8th is Waldstein and Tempest. So, all right, let's check the score. Yeah. Poor 101. It's fine. I thought 101 would be kicked out way earlier because it's one of the only super popular ones that doesn't have a name, which does hurt it a lot to not have like a name. We need to name it like the Swan Sonata or something, and so it gets more popularity. But it's one of the ones that doesn't have a name. So unfortunately, 101 stays are ended, but it's fine. I'm super happy that made it to 3rd place. Super happy. It's my 2nd favorite sonata, and I thought it would be eliminated, especially when it lost in the 2nd round. I was like, oh my goodness, we can't have 101 lose that quickly. So, oops, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. I just wanted it so badly. It won't let me change it. Hey, change. What's going on? What just happened? What's going on? I broke it. Okay, that's that. Well, let me submit scores. I broke it. What's going on? Now it's mad at me. We already did this one. I guess I broke this earlier. So wait. What won earlier, guys? The final sonata won. So that should be down here. Then in this matchup, F minor won. Now that's back up here. There we go. Okay. That was weird. I guess I clicked the wrong button down there and it broke the one up here. So we have our final matchup, which is a rematch between C minor and F minor. C minor knocked F minor down. The final sonata knocked Appassionata down. And now Appassionata won out the losers bracket. It's come back for more. And not only does it have to win, but it has to win twice. Appassionata has to win 2 consecutive times because C minor is undefeated. So crazy. Start the poll. What we have at the top here, C minor was at the very top going against F minor, because it's number 32. It's at the top, and it has literally won out. And it hasn't had an easy path. Like, it's not like it had an easy path to victory. It's had to beat F minor, which did well in the losers bracket. It beat Tempest, which did really well in the losers bracket. It beat Pathetique, which did really, really well in the losers bracket. It beat Hammerklavier, and it beat Appassionata. It has gone against all the big boys except Waldstein. It's the only one it hasn't gone against. It's like really popular. And right now it's winning. It's winning. If it wins, it's over. Did Appassionata ever get to go head to head against Waldstein? See, Waldstein, you guys kicked out. I'm going to complain more about Waldstein. You kicked Waldstein out against Pathetique. So we never got to see Waldstein go against like Appassionata, which is like always a fascinating matchup. All right. Has to win by 2. Right now it's only up by 1. I don't know. It's still tied or still within 1. Someone else has to vote. I don't know what's going to happen. Is someone else going to vote? Maybe not. Do we need a rematch? We're like all glued to this score. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Do we need a rematch? What's going on? Why is it frozen? Why is it frozen? Come on. What's going? Oh, now it's tied. Okay. We're doing a rematch. It hit tied. So we are doing my 10-second rule. Okay. 10-second rule. All right. Got the final sonata versus Appassionata. If Appassionata pulls us out, it has to win again because it's double elimination. Should we just say they both win? That'd be a very lame way to end a 3-hour stream. They're both winners. All right, guys. I'll give it officially. I will actually use a countdown on my phone so it's fair and there's no like me counting down cheating. I will give it 20 seconds. Okay. We will give it 20 seconds. At the end of 20 seconds, I will hit stop and whoever's ahead's ahead. Okay. Now remember, vote early. Don't wait till the end because delay, blah, 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 blah. Ready, set, go. 20 seconds is counting down. This could be huge. Appassionata versus the final. 12 seconds. 10. Obviously, don't trust my timer. I should have said countdown from 32 seconds. And Appassionata tied. Oh my goodness. Guys. We're doing it again. We are doing it again. I don't know. We can't have them both win. No. Okay. We're going to do it again. We're going to count down from 32 seconds. Actually, I should do fewer seconds. Let's count down from 15 seconds so there's more randomness. Ready, steady, go. This is crazy. The craziest moment of the stream. We are just not able to figure out the winner here. Come on. 4 seconds. 2. What's it say? Okay. They are co-winners. That's fine. Can they be co-winners? Is that okay? Or should we do another round? Should we do one more? 10 seconds? Okay. This is so stupid. One more. The problem is the lower time. You guys might not even like see it till I say go. All right, we're doing another one, so be ready. Like when I click go, you gotta be ready to vote because like there's not going to be much time. So obviously it's going to go before I say go. So just be ready. Ready, set, go. 10 seconds. We're stopping it no matter what. And if it's tied again, we will have a co-winner. 2, 1, stop. Oh, I think the final sonata won. The final sonata was winning when I clicked stop. It was winning. Did you see that? It was like 58%. All right, they're co-winners. They both can win. Okay, for fun, we're going to end the stream with this poll. We're going to end the stream with Waldstein versus 109, but they don't win. The final winner, we have co-winners. The final sonata is a slightly more winner because it never lost once. But they are co-winners. We are not going to be able to break the tie. That's absolutely no. How would I stage it? I wish I knew how to stage it. That's crazy. And as I said earlier, if it was staged, then Waldstein would have done great. So that's crazy. That's just insanity. I cannot believe that if I do the final sonata versus a Scriabin sonata number 2, it probably will be 27 votes to 1 for the final Beethoven sonata. That would be my guess. And I would take a random stab at who the one Scriabin vote would be. Z-Man Can said, I voted against Waldstein simply because Opus 110 lost. If I have to be sad, so does Ryan. Wow. Well, it worked. Well, maybe there'll be 2 votes. There was like quadruple overtime. That's crazy. This is crazy. Well, you've all made me sad. You successfully made me sad. Should we vote Beethoven Opus 111 versus Scriabin 2? So Beeth 111 versus Scriab Sonata 2. And now I will know how spiteful you guys are. Your little brother's way better than Scriabin. I don't know who your little brother is, so yeah, this chat's evolved into, okay, Beethoven is winning, but I know this became crazy at the end. I did not expect it to tie. I mean, the 2 times I clicked stop, it was literally 50% when I clicked it. The last time it said 58. That's why I was like, we have and then it popped up 50-50. And I was like, oh, that's why I stopped myself. I was like, oh, clearly we have a winner because it said 58 right as the timer hit 1. I was like, stop. And then it wasn't. So that's crazy. That was absolutely crazy. So yeah, well, the vote's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Scriabin 2. I don't think anything by Scriabin is going to beat the last Beethoven sonata. I'm just going to go on a limb and say, not saying it's bad, but I don't think anything is going to beat Beethoven. So this has been fun, guys. I got to go and get some stuff done on my Saturday, but it's been fun. Thanks for hanging out and making a stupid tie over and over and over again. Maybe I need to clip out that section somehow for like a clip or a short or something, because that's hysterical. I don't think we could even do this if we tried. I was like, hey guys, make this vote. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. I will see you guys